Hello to all y'all again. This is Virtual Farmer Ken Bob, and we are back to work again here on the Honeydew Farms by Tinman. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go out here in our pickup truck and kind of drive around and see where everybody's at. I know we had a couple tractors out working the fields the last time we were uh, on the farm here. So we'll get out there and kind of get everybody back to work here. Make sure that we're not missing anything. All right. We'll kind of pull up here by this. I believe that's a transportation company. I'm not sure, but I think that's what it is. Anyhow, we'll just park this truck right here and shut it off. Put the parking brake on, and then we'll jump out real quick and take us a little walk. All right, yeah, there's that tractor way over there. So we're gonna start running a little bit here and as we run across this field here, we'll go ahead and speed things up real quick. Once we get back to the tractor, we'll go ahead and turn the tractor back on, get the planter started again, lower it down in the ground, and we'll send the hired help on his way. And then of course, we got a ways up here till we get to the end of the field, so we'll go ahead and let this one take off and see if I can't get out of here and get out of his way before he tries to run us over. There he goes. So we'll take a little jog again back up to our pickup truck. Well, actually, we're going to go on past the pickup truck and go over to that other tractor over in field 11. You can see it showing up there in the bottom left map. It's showing that little yellow dot. That's where we're heading to. Looks a lot closer than it really is on that little map. I love how the sounds, whenever you're walking through the grass, you can hear it crunching the grass under your feet. And then whenever you get over into the field, you'll notice a difference in the way it sounds. So I'll be quiet here for a second. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. Just like running on dirt and gravel and so forth instead of grass. All right, we're almost here. Okay, so now we'll get this one started. And you see how that map down on our bottom left there lit up to let us know that our field is being fertilized and what the progress is on it. So once again, we'll turn the hired helper loose and we'll jump out of here and try to get out of here. It's easier if you use the keyboard, knowing the keyboard and all that, but I like to use my steering wheel. I figure I've got the steering wheel, I wouldn't need to learn how to use it. So if I make a few mistakes, I guess I'll forgive myself since I'm just learning it. By just learning, I'm talking about the steering wheel. I've been playing the game since about, I guess it was right after it came out, about 6 or 7 months after it came out, which I think was in 2018. Sometime in 2018. I'm not sure about that. But it was in 2018 that I started playing it. So I've had a little bit of time playing the game, and one of my maps that I'm on, Was one of the original maps that the games came with originally, and I guess that's why it's original map. But I've done a lot of work on that map, and I bought the whole map. Of course, some of it was hard work, and some of it was just clicking keyboard, keys on the keyboard. Some would call it cheating, but if it's, I guess I look at it, if they didn't want you to do it, they wouldn't have made it an option. So how can it be cheating if they gave you the ability to do it? So I don't know. I guess that's an argument to fight in another course instead of right here. But I'm trying to do it the hard way here. Everything you see on that money up there, which is 878,000, that has been made the real way. I've been playing this map for just a while, and I only own one field. As I went over last time we were on this game, that one right there in the middle, field number 1, it's green, but it's not flashing. That's the only field I own, and I own all that farmhouse and so forth. Actually, I don't even own it. I should re-say what I'm talking about here. There is a leasing option on this game now through the global company, and I am leasing the land that I'm in right now. So because I'm leasing, I can operate that field as though it's my own, but I cannot do anything with the animal farms that are right there on the property. There's cows, sheep, pigs, I think horses, I'm not sure, but it pretty much has it all right there on that little piece of property that I am leasing. But I can't do anything with it because I don't actually own the farm. So I'm guessing that's why, because I've been in the game before and I bought that field, or I bought that whole piece of property, and I can do the animals and all that. So that's why I'm suspecting that it's just a matter of the fact that I'm leasing it instead of buying it, is why I can't do anything with the animals currently. So along those lines, if there was a goal, if you want to call it a goal, that would probably be my goal right now, is to be able to get to the point in this map before I call it successful. My goal would be to basically own that land and have all the animals on the farm active, all the animal pens, and basically own that whole piece of property and maybe a couple other fields, so that I can make the food I need to feed my animals. And once I get to that point, I could probably consider it successful, that I've succeeded on my mission on this particular map. We're going to go ahead and park over here, because where we're going is actually to our left. Got that tractor way out there, but the field we're taking it to is right ahead of us. That flashing green 3 down there in the corner is where we're heading to once we get that particular piece of equipment, because we're doing canola, and this is the only tractor that I have right now with a planter that does canola. Now, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I've never really been too great with paying attention to what's a planter and what's a seeder. As I've mentioned before in my about on the channel, I'm not an actual real life farmer. I've never had any actual experience farming. I can say a lot of stuff that sounds impressive, but at the same time I can also say a lot of stuff that sounds kind of stupid. So if I say something wrong, I would hope that you'd forgive me. We are, after all, just having fun here and playing a game. We're not making real products or anything, or nobody's going to really get hurt by what I do if I say it wrong. Of course, one of the things is also, speaking of nobody getting hurt, these cars are like driving into brick buildings. Even though they are just cars and I am exceptionally bigger than they are in this tractor, if I hit them, I'll go flying. So we got to really be careful driving down these roads with these cars. And they're going to stop. So now I'm going to have to go up here and see if I can't keep from taking that stop sign out. Ah, it looks like we hit it. Oh well. Didn't mean to. I'm sure they'll understand that I didn't do it on purpose. Won't keep me from getting a big fine if it was real life, but, you know. Alright, we're going to start off with giving this one a bit of a headland. I think it should make it down here whenever it's turning around to go back up the field. But we're not going to take a chance on it. We'll just go ahead and get a headland going on it in the first place. I say we will, but this tool is reserved. This is contract work. Must have had just enough of that grassy area that it thought we were trying to plant the grass instead of planting the field. And we'll go back here and check. Number 3 is canola. So it's not giving us a warning about that, thank goodness. So once we get up here on the other end, some may recognize over there to our left is our farm. I usually like to try to start on the far end of a field and work my way back to where my next location or goal, where I'm trying to head next. I usually try to start on the far end of a field and work my way back towards where I need to go next. So go up here and turn around. I might give this 2, or let's see how. Yeah, on the other end we're just going into an empty field, so shouldn't have any issues with running into anything up there. I think that biogas plant was far enough away. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're good up there. So we'll get up here and turn around in this little empty area. And once we get turned around, we'll get to the other end, and then I'll head it going back the other way. We'll turn it to our left here and have it go up and down the field all the way to where it ends up back down here where we're at right now. And then once we get back down here, we can just take the tractor and either park it over here at the farm or find another job for it to do. So I think there's more contracts in here that require a seeder of this type. That's potatoes. That's oat. There we go. Field 13 might be our option. It's just right above us here, so I don't know. We'll see where we end up, and depending on where we end up, we'll probably go up and do number 13 for our next contract. Okay, so we're almost to the end here, about halfway. As we get up here, we'll get closer to the end and we'll let him finish his complete job here, because if I try to turn the helper off right now, he would quit planting or seeding, and that would cause us to have to either go back over it or set up and run over a spot that's already been planted. So I usually let them go ahead and get all the way to the end of the field before I try to intervene. And let's see how close we can get over here without being too much into the grass. I think that's going to have to work right there. Alright, so I'll get him started here and let him go up and down this field. And once again, we'll jump out. This time I'm going to use the keyboard because he'll run me over good if I don't get right out of the way. All right. I made it there. Oh, I wish I could run like that in real life. All right. That got all those tractors going, and I think we had one more that ended a job. Well, maybe, no, we just did 3 tractors. I think we have 4 going somewhere. Let me go up here and we'll take a look at our GPS outlook or GPS map and see what it shows us. See if we need to go somewhere else and get another tractor going somewhere. I'll just kind of pull over right here and all right, so we got 1 tractor here, got 1 here and 1 here. So I'm not quite sure. Let's just do it the magical way. Oh, there's the other tractor right there, right in front of me. So here I am parked. I just gave up too quick. Go over here and park beside this tractor and drive it out to the next field that we need to use it on. I think this is our row crop planter. We can do, I think we've got a couple corn contracts. And I'll find my paper here. Let's see, I've got some sugar beet fields, a couple of them. 1 corn and 2 cottons and then a sunflower. I'm trying not to get too many contracts built up here because if we start messing up and not getting them all, then I don't think that affects any stats or anything like that, but it just makes me feel bad because I let somebody down. I don't want to let anybody down. All right, so let's take a look at the fields, contracts I mean. And field 5 is corn. Field 5 is right here. Oh, that's just right below us. That one's just right here, and being 2:30, almost 2:40 in the afternoon, I don't know if I want to go out and get too many more planting jobs started too far away. So we may not get through them by the end of the day. See if I can't kick this speed up a little bit. Yeah, 24 is as fast as we can go. See, that didn't look like that big of a field, but that thing stretches way out there. We got a little bit of a drive here. Not real bad, but a little bit. And while we're on our way, let's get our planter. Oop. There we go. We want to make sure we're on the right deal for corn. I have planted an entire field before and had to go back through, cultivate it over, and then replant it again because I put the wrong seed down. There is a mod out there for realistic seed. I use the real seed usage, so that some people who are familiar with the game and they say, how come I'm going through seed so slowly? I'm using that real seed mod. So I think it is soybeans. I'm not sure which. One of them, you barely use any seed. You can do an entire field and go through less than 500 liters of seed. And then other contracts like corn. I think corn is one that causes it to use quite a bit of seed compared to what the base game does. I didn't get quite lined up right here after seeing how far it extends out here. I probably better move over just a little bit to my left. So we'll get up here, and I don't really have to unfold it. I just usually do. Hired help, if you just pull up to the end of the field, push the button, and say, okay, there you go, take it. They'll generally unfold it for you, but I kind of like to do something, kind of makes me feel like I'm needed. But you can see there, it's already down to, we've already used one and we haven't barely started, so that's 1 liter of seed gone. And there's 2 liters. So yeah, this one goes just a little bit faster. And at this point, I'm gonna just for an overview, I'm gonna kind of skip around here and see where everybody's at. But see, this canola planter, I mean, it's a huge planter. Plants many rows or many, does a lot of seeding. And I haven't filled this planter since I started. I think this is the 2nd or 3rd field I've done. Started off with 18,300 liters, and we're barely barely 1,000 liters down. And that's after planting. Well, look at here. At this map, you can see field 21. That's the first field I planted, and I never filled it. I never refilled it whenever I did that. So only 1,000 liters of seed, and we've done this whole field, and we're on this field. So, whoop, pressed the wrong button there. So we've got 11's getting ready to get done. I noticed that whenever, whoops, wrong button again. So we'll go back one here, and we'll just stay with this guy. So I think we've got another fertilizing contract. We might have to go accept it. But I saw one earlier. Oh, there it is. Field 8, $220,000. And that's this field down here in the bottom left corner. So we basically just, once we're done up here, just basically kind of drive down through the grass. And down here, I think, since we're basically running all the contracts in this area, we've kind of got the ownership of all the contracts around here. Since there's not really any other farmers in the area, they kind of look away whenever we drive through the grass beside their fields. So we'll go ahead and leave him going. See where we're at on this field. And the contract, field 20, I'm sorry, 13, or field 3 is going to be 47%. So we're almost done on that one. Field 11's showing done. Field 12, we had that one. Yeah, that was this sugar beet. So let's go back in here and we'll flip over to this tractor. Field 12, sugar beet. I think at this point I'll go ahead and I'll just call this guy off here. And we'll go in, and this way I can kind of just show you, for those who might be interested that don't really play the game. If I go down here and hit collect, and then look at the field, you can see it's completed now. It automatically completed as soon as I hit collect. But anyhow, he's doing that headland pass there real quick. We'll drive back over here. I don't really have anything. I'll go ahead and hook up to this seed tender, because I'm kind of thinking that we're going to end up needing seed up there at field 16 before he's done with the job. So we'll just kind of get the seed tender hooked up and ready to go. And typically, as it is, I'll hook it up to this, and then a tractor will have something else happen, and I'll either have to go hook up to the diesel trailer and run diesel out, or def or something. So I'll just hook this up for, extra exercise. As I go along and do this a little bit more, it's just like anything. You do something long enough and you start kind of learning. Look at that. Almost lost that seed tender. That's why you got to be careful. The physics in this game, that is a very high-centered trailer there. And the physics in this game are so... I'm going to say realistic. I mean, I don't know in real life how they... how easy they are to flip like that, but having driven a feed truck for a chicken plant one time, I don't remember how long I drove it, but I understand that any kind of agricultural uh, vehicle like that is going to be very top heavy. So that was a lack of concentration on my part that did that. But we saved it. So I guess that's a lesson learned. Back up here just a hair. And then set the hired work. Yeah, I did go over a little too far, but I'd rather overlap and be sure and get the edge than to be too far to the left and not get the whole field. Again, one of those things that it gives you a percentage. If you get so much of a percentage done, which I think it's a little over, it's like 99 point something. But if you get that percentage of the field done, then it considers it complete anyhow. As you saw in that planning job we just did earlier, it wasn't completed, but yet it said it was. So, not a big thing unless you're OCD like me and feel like that if you don't do it all, then you're not doing it right. So let's go ahead and run this sugar beet tender, well, seed tender. And field 3 just showed being done, but as you can see, he's still driving out there, so he's got a ways to go. We'll just let him continue on. Especially since he's doing canola. It looks like his seed right now is... We've got two different deals up here. One's the, I think it's Inspector. And the other one, I can't even remember really what the mod is, but... The Seed Hawk air cart shows seeds at 94%. We did field 21 and field 3, and field 21 is a humongous field on this map. And we still have 94% of our seed left. So, that just goes to show just how little seed the canola uses. There is a mod that is an automatic blinker stop, and I just love that. I love using the blinkers whenever I'm turning. Only because the steering wheel has the option. I always wanted to do that in the past, but you'd have to use, I think it was the number 1 and number 2 key on the keypad. And I didn't really think that was all that realistic. You know, it's just pushing a key. But on this, it's an actual button on the steering wheel that allows me, you can push your left side and then push your right side and hazards and then cancel it, you know. I just think that's pretty neat. It's the little things that tickle me. So field 5 is good. They got lots of seed left. I guess it's not going through it quite as fast as I thought it would because we're only 110 liters down. And let's see, where are we at on the contract? Field 5. We're 17% done, so I don't know. We might have enough corn to go ahead, or seed to go ahead and finish that corn job. So, and they're on their second pass coming back up. But we've got all that to do still yet, so this is going to be a bit of a job. But for what it pays, it's worth it. Alright, we'll fold this tool up. We're right here by the farm. I don't know if there's any other contracts that we'll use. See, we got potatoes. Oh, that's right. Field 13's oat. And 17's canola. Barley. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of contracts still yet. So, let's go with, I think, field 18's barley. That pays 65. And it's just right over here. That's a little far away. So we were looking at field 13, 17, and 18 are the ones we can do with this particular tractor. So 13's here, 17's here, and 18's here. So we're going to go a long ways either way. We'll just go ahead and turn out of here, come down here, and then we'll just go ahead and hit off number 18 at first. Since it pays the best, we'll just go ahead and start with that one and hit accept. Let's jump back in the tractor and let's be off. Alright, so now we'll get the planter back in the ground, and I'll kind of get it headed straight here and let the hired help, who knows a little better about how to control this tractor, start doing this. And we'll just kind of ride along with him until we get to the end of the field to make sure we don't have to put a headland down here, so that he'll have room to turn. Getting closer to the end of the row here. Okay, we got plenty of room up here to do the to do the turnarounds, so I don't see any sense in interrupting him. He's doing a good job. All right, the sugar beets. Hey, you know what? We started on a headland pass earlier, and we're still doing a headland pass, aren't we? It's gonna have a pretty good headland on this field. Yep, it is. So I guess we might as well just let it finish up going this way. It's been doing a good job. It's staying out of those two fields beside it. But looks like right now we've got everybody going, and they've got a long ways to complete their job. So maybe at this point would probably be a good spot to go ahead and end our adventure for the day, and maybe let these guys either finish up, or we'll come back to them and do the rest of it in another video. But either way, I appreciate you coming along with me today, and I sure hope you had fun and enjoyed this little time we spent together. Have a great day, or have a great evening, whichever it is for you right now, and we'll see you the next time. This is Ken Bob, and I will talk to you later. Have a great day.